Right, so we have here an employee table that is connected to department. So in employee, we have the code of the department. Let's create a sample page. We'll drop a table on it. And we'll click to add data. And we'll pick employees. Now, I'm going to show the name of the employee and the salary, for example. What you might be tempted to do is to pick department over here to show the department, but this is going to show you the ID. If you actually want to show the description, you need to expand the related item, the department object. Okay, under items, you would find the department name. Okay, so now we are going to have two department fields in here. Okay, right now it's empty, so let's add an edit page because none of our employees have a department associated with it. So we'll add over here the department, just the code. This is automatically going to be a select component that is tied to the relationship. All right, so now we can run this little application. Okay, and if we'll go and edit Sean, for example, we'll assign him to a department. Again, what you're picking here is the label, but you're actually saving the ID. So you're going to see the ID here, and the label would actually come from the related items over here. Of course, you can drop this column from the table and just keep this one. To better understand it, you can also look at the table under data over here, and you'll find the definition of each one of the columns. Okay, so what you're fetching here is the related department object and the department. What you're fetching here is just the department directly. In a similar way, you can also create function-based fields. Okay, so let's say we wanted to have another field here that is a calculation that we want to show. If it's not in the table, you can add an additional field here. So if we want to add a calculated field, for example, we can drop text field, let's say between those two. Okay, and we're going to bind it to some value. Okay, we can bind it to things from our current row. For example, the name, it would show the name. Okay, and we can do concatenation. So for example, we can do name plus, let's do current dot row dot salary. So too many n's like that. Okay, and then we have a concatenated thing. We can also do functions. So if we go to the JavaScript over here, we can add page module. When we can get, for example, the salary as an input parameter, and then we can use an if statement to ask if salary is bigger than 2000. Then we can return manager, and else we're going to return employee. Okay, let's switch this from 2000 to 4000. I think that would be better for our case. Okay, so we have a function here. We go back to our page designer, and let's say instead of this calculation, okay, we can actually use the function. So let me show you how to do it. It's in the code over here. Right now we have this calculation. I'm gonna switch this one, and so we're gonna do $, and we get page dot then function dot myfunc, and we need to pass in the salary, so it's current, sorry, $, current dot row dot salary, like that. and we can see people who have more than 5,000 would show up as manager, and the other ones would be employee. And again, this all depends on the actual value that you have in a field over here.